I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of Thursday, March 6th, 2025. Please silence your phones and any blue slips that you may, if you've got a blue slip you want to speak on an item, please bring that to Miss Jessica here prior to that item coming up. Got the invocation and pledge of allegiance by Mr. Burley.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for allowing us to meet here tonight. We ask that all of our decisions would be pleasing to you. We ask for protection for our servicemen and women, especially those serving abroad. And we ask for protection against natural disasters and hurricanes this season. We give all praise to you. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Burley. Roll call, please. Ms. Wallace.
Mr. Abshire?
Here.
Mr. Andropon is unable to attend. Mr. Barty?
Here.
Mr. Bowers?
Here.
Mr. Burley?
Here.
Ms. Eason?
Here.
Mr. Guillory?
Here.
Mr. Hayes?
Here.
Mr. Landry?
Here.
Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Marcantel is unable to attend. Mr. Quinn?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Stelly is unable to attend. President Barris?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, item one, we're going to get to item one at hold a public hearing at 5:45, so we will wait until that time to do so. We're going to skip to
Move on 2A of both bullets.
Second.
item 2A, adopt resolutions approving the following agreements for the Belfield Ditch Multi-Road Crossing Replacement Project. One, sale, purchase of property, and grant of temporary construction servitude agreements and act of sale with utility and drainage servitude and temporary construction servitude agreement. I've got a motion. Oh, I got to read all of them. Okay, let's see. 2B, adopt resolutions approving the following agreements for the East Cauchy Parish Consolidated.
2A. Oh, no.
2A?
Just 2A.
2A, item 1 and 2.
You said 2A. All right.
Yes.
So, we got a motion by Mr. Quinn, second by Mr. Burley. Any discussion? Any question? 2A carries. 2B, adopt resolutions approving the following agreements for the East Cauchy Parish Consolidated Waterworks Project. One, permanent utility servitude with temporary construction servitude agreement, and two, permanent utility servitude agreement. I've got a motion by Mr. Guillory and a second by Mr. Lewis. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. 2C, adopt a
Move on,
resolution
2C.
approving an act of sale agreement for the Big Woods Starks Bridge Replacement Project. I've got a motion by Mr. Bowers and a second by Mr. Lewis. Mr. Burley.
Please show my recusing myself on this as his family, so.
Thank you. So I have a motion by Mr. Bowers again, and Mr. Lewis seconds it. Any question? Any discussion? That item carries. 2D, adopt a resolution approving the submittal of grant application for the 2024 Flood Mitigation Assistance FMA Grant Program. I have a motion by Mr. Barty and a second by Mr. Bowers. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. Item 3A, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the police jury dated February 6, 2025. I have a motion by Mr. Abshire and a second by Mr. Barty. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. 3B, adopt a pro se verbal and resolution promulgating the results of the election of Ward 3 Fire Protection District Number 2 for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, improving, maintaining, and operating the district's fire protection utility facilities, including paying the cost of obtaining water for fire protection purposes. I've got a motion by Ms. Eason and a second by Mr. Bowers. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. Item 3C, adopt a pro se verbal and resolution promulgating the results of the election of Waterworks District Number 2 of Ward 4 for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, improving, maintaining, and operating waterworks facilities, including the purchase of water within said district. There's no way to consolidate that. I get it. I got a motion by Mr. Barty and a second by Mr. Landry. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. 3D, adopt the pro se verbal and resolution promulgating the results of the election of Waterworks Subdistrict number W of Ward 3, District number 12, for the purpose of maintaining and operating the district's waterworks system, equipment, and facilities, including both movable and immovable property owned by or used by the district. Motion by Mr. Barty and a second by Ms. Eason. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. Item 4.
Move on 4A.
4A, approve applications for liquor and beer permits. Staff recommends approval of 1 new and 2 renewal applications, as well as ratification of 1 special event permit. Motion by Mr. Abshire and a second by Mr. Bowers. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. Item 5,
Move
approve
on
payment
5A.
of all
Second.
current invoices. A motion by Mr. Burley and a second by Mr. Bowers. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. 5B, advertise for
Move on
bids
5B.
for Old Spanish Trail Waterline Upgrade Project Phase 1. Got a motion by Mr. Burley and second by Ms. Eason. Any question? Any discussion? Item carries. 5C, advertise for bids for
Move on
Ham Reed
5C.
Road Extension Project Phase
Second.
2. Got a motion by Ms. Eason and a second by Mr. Abshire. Any discussion? Any question? That item carries. Also, let's see, okay, 5D, action on bids for uniform purchases. Staff recommends
Move on
the
5D.
bid of Southern Specialty Products be
Second.
accepted. I got a motion by Mr. Barty and a second by Mr. Abshire. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. 5E, adopt a resolution accepting the old courthouse hurricane repair project as substantially complete. Got a motion by Mr. Gilry, second by Mr. Lewis. Let's see, any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. 5F,
Move on
adopt a
5F.
resolution accepting Curry Drive
Second.
Bridge Replacement Project as substantially complete. I got a motion by Mr. Bowers and a second by Mr. Burley. Any question? Any discussion? I'm gonna be good.
Thank you.
Okay. That item passes. That was hard. 5G, adopt a
on
resolution
5G,
accepting Louisiana 3092 Roundabout Waterline Relocation Project as substantially complete. We got a motion by Mr. Hayes and a second by Mr. Landry. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. Item 6, 6A, Calcasieu Parish
reappoint Mr.
Public
Ardwan
Safety
and Mr.
Communications District.
Second.
Got a motion to reappoint Mr. Andy Ardwan by Mr. Bowers and second by Ms. Eason. And we're just doing one?
Do both.
Both.
Mr. Ardwan
And
Mr.
also
Wilkie.
reappoint Mr. William Wilkie. So again, motion by Mr. Bowers, second by Ms. Eason. Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 6B,
Move to appoint Mr.
Ward
Darrell
2
Andrews.
Fire Protection District Number 1. Mr. Gilry would like to appoint Mr. Darrell Andrus, and he is seconded by Mr. Quinn. Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 6C, Ward 4 Fire Protection District Number 2,
Move to
Number
reappoint
one,
Mr. Jeremy Burton.
Mr.
and
Jeremy
Mr. Dale
Burton.
Hernandez.
And number 2, Mr. Dale Hernandez. So we would
Second.
move, Mr. Bowers moves to reappoint both Mr. Burton and Mr. Hernandez. And I've got a second by Mr. Smith. Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 6D, Southwest Louisiana Convention and Visitors Bureau. Mr. Mike Buckley has resigned. Anybody want to appoint
Move to
somebody?
appoint Mr. John Hamadi.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bowers. Mr. Bowers moves to appoint Mr. John Hamadi, and Mr. Abshire would like to second that. Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. Number 7 is an advised item. We can move to number 8. 8A, adopt a resolution of condolences to be forwarded to the family of the late Daniel Michael Mike Danahay Jr. Mr. Bowers.
Mr. Mike was a staple in the community of Sulphur, not only the community, but his church. Mr. Mike lived a long life. He passed away a couple weeks ago at 98 years old.
98.
Mr. Mike was an Army veteran of World War II. He was the charter member of the American Legion, Post 179.
Wow.
He was a charter member of Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Sulphur. He was a 70-plus year member and a charter member of the Knights of Columbus at that church. He received the Devoted Service Medal and the Maple Leaf Award from the Diocese of Lake Charles. These are just a few of his accomplishments. The list goes on and on. He was making moves and doing things in Sulphur long before I was a twinkle in my parents' eye. He's been around that long. So we'd like to offer his condolences to the entire Danahay family, his kids, his grandkids, and his great-grandkids as well.
Thank you, Mr. Bowers.
Mr. President, we need a motion in a second, just for the record.
Second.
Okay, well,
So move.
So move to second.
okay, so got a motion by Mr. Easton, second by Mr. Quinn. Any discussion, any question? Item carries. All right, we're going to sit tight for,
3 minutes.
I don't think we have time to go in executive session. I don't know, Sam.
No, let's wait till the end.
You get paid by the hour.
Mr. President, why don't we recess for 3 minutes?
We will recess for 3 minutes. All right. I'd like to resume with our scheduled public hearing at 5:45. So we're going to hold a hearing at 5:45, ordering said owners to show cause as to why the structures on said property should not be condemned. Number 1A, 1290 East Lackady Road, Moss Bluff.
Motion to condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
All structure.
Got a motion by Mr. Quinn and a second by Mr. Smith. Is the applicant here? Is the applicant here to speak? Any discussion? Any question? Move to motion to condemn carries. 1B, 148 Moss Lane, Moss Bluff.
Motion to condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
Got a motion to condemn by Mr. Quinn and a second by Mr. Burley. Is the applicant here to speak? Motion to condemn carries. 1C, 2236 Tuna Lane, Lake Charles. Got a motion by Mr. Landry to condemn and seconded by Ms. Eason. Is the,
Mr. Hayes.
oh, Mr. Hayes, excuse me, sorry.
Chris say he don't want to
Another
do that.
Fish Street.
The other Fish Street. Is the applicant here or anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions, any discussion? That item carries. 1D, 5410 8th Avenue, Lake
Second.
Charles. Got a motion by Mr. Barty and a second by Mr. Bowers to condemn. Is anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions, any discussion? Item carries. 1E, 2198 Claude Abear Road, LeBlue Settlement.
Motion to condemn.
Second.
Got a motion by Ms. Eason and a second by Mr. Burley to condemn
And remove.
and remove. Is anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1F, 130 Florence Circle, Lake Charles.
Move to condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Burley and a second by Ms. Eason to condemn and remove. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1G, 7601 Highway 14 East, Hayes.
Move to condemn and remove in 30
We need to
days.
get that down.
Got a motion by Mr. Burley and a second by Mr. Smith to condemn. Anyone here to speak on that item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1H, 841 Highway 109
Move to condemn
South,
and remove in 30 days.
Starks.
Second.
I got a motion by Mr. Bowers and a second by Ms. Eason to condemn in 30 days. Is anyone here to speak on this? Any question? Any discussion? That item carries. 1I, 951 Greenmore
Move to
Road.
condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Bowers to condemn, seconded by Mr. Burley. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1J,
Move to condemn. and remove in
167
30 days.
Rip Hennigan Road, DeQuincy. Got a motion to condemn by Mr. Burley, seconded by Mr. Bowers. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1K 289
Move
Royer
to condemn and remove
Loop,
in 30 days.
Sulphur.
Second.
Motion to condemn by Mr. Bowers, seconded by Ms. Eason. Anybody speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1L 1502 Eunice Street, Sulphur.
Move to condemn and remove in 30 days.
Got a motion by Mr. Burley
Second.
and a second by Mr. Smith to condemn. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. 1M 1622 Eunice Street,
Motion to condemn
Sulphur.
and remove in 30 days.
Second.
I got a motion by Ms. Eason and a second by Mr. Bowers to condemn. Anyone here to speak on this? Any question? Any discussion? Item carries. 1N 221 Chili Westland Road, Carlos.
Condemn and remove in 30 days.
Got a
Second.
motion by Mr. Burley and a second by Ms. Eason to condemn. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1O 2110 Huey Miller Road, Sulphur.
Move to condemn and remove in 30 days.
I've got a motion to condemn by Mr. Bowers, a second by Ms. Eason. Is anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1P 2473 West Houston
Move to
River
condemn and
Road,
remove in 30 days.
Sulphur.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Bowers and a second by Mr. Burley to condemn. Anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? That item carries. 1Q 1542 Halverson
Move to
Road,
condemn and remove in 30
Carlos.
days.
Second.
All right, Mr. Bowers has a motion to condemn, and Ms. Eason seconds it. Is there anyone to speak on this item? Any discussion? Any questions? I wanted to see this. Keep scrolling.
That's an old grocery.
That's it? With no questions or no discussion. It used to be my district. I wanted to see it. That item carries.
You can have it back.
Stretch it out, man. 1R 847 Ravier Road,
Move to
Sulphur.
condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bowers to condemn, seconded by Mr. Burley. Is anyone here to speak on this item? Any questions? Any discussion? Item carries. 1S 3114 Broussard Road,
Move to
Sulphur.
condemn and remove in 30 days.
Second.
I've got a motion to condemn by Mr. Bowers and seconded by Mr. Burley. I believe we do have a gentleman to speak. Go to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Into the microphone.
Yes. Good afternoon to everybody. My name is Javier Perez. My address is 2038 Kelly Drive, Pearland, Texas, 77581. Yes, and I was here last year, to get a permit to rebuild my shop, or warehouse. And then, but when I went to get the permit, we find out that it's on the zone, little bit of the edge of the property is on the flooding zone, and we didn't know that. So they sent me from the city, to get a survey. So when I sent to the survey company, because we didn't know that when I bought that property, it's got two addresses. So the survey company made a mistake and showed the property that is next, So and then I didn't know when I came to the city, so I had to go back to the survey company again, and make another charge, for the elevation. So I know that the property, it can be fixable because it's only a small repairs, to do. And then I would like to get another charge. So now that I got a new survey, correct, I would like to get it repaired,
When, Mr. Guillory, go ahead.
By any chance, do you have a copy of the surveys and everything that was done, dated recently?
I don't have it with me, but they had it on the survey company, and I was willing to take it to the city, so they can see and they can tell me what would be the new issue. Because I even bought the wood. I was so excited when they give me the opportunity that I can repair, And I talked with the inspector, and everything. And when I went to the city, you know, I thought that I'm gonna be able to repair, but then we find out that was a little bit hidden on the flooding zone, you know. The warehouse is not on the flooding zone, but one of the corners of the property it is, you know. So they tell me that I changed the stuff. So they tell me that I can put like a support walls on the side, you know, to do something like that. And I'm not gonna be able to use it for people living, you know, you have to store stuff. So I would like to get an opportunity to prove that I can repair the property.
I return that. Thank you.
I just have a
Ms. Eason.
question. Have you obtained a contractor and a list of repairs required to bring it up to code?
He's a contractor.
Well, I want to do the repairs by myself, but on the time that was, you know, that I missed a lot of time on the.
Staff to update us.
But I would like to get a meeting, you know, and now take the new elevations and get a new opportunity to do that. You know?
So, I guess my question,
Yes, sir.
when did you know all this? When did you find out that the plat was wrong and you got it taken care of, you got it
Yes.
fixed, the plat? When did you know that?
That was like on August and September.
And we're just finding out about it?
And then, yes, I found out on September.
Right, but
So
why are
the-
we here in in March, talking about it? Like, my thinking would be you should have contacted our department and said, hey, this is where I am, and then, I mean, we could have maybe solved this a long time ago.
Yes, I went like maybe 6 times to the city, you know, with the trying to get a help, you know, so I can know what exactly I need, because I don't know exactly, you know, like you got like a regulation and say, okay, this building is on the zone floor, we have to do these repairs, you know, but they said that because it's a new stuff from FEMA, that there's a new regulation that come, so they don't have something that they can show me exactly what they need to do to the repairs, you know,
So my thing, why were you going to the city?
to show in
Where
this.
was this city at? Was
Here.
it the city? It was here?
Here,
This is
on
the
this-
parish.
Yeah, the Paris, sorry, sir.
Okay, because if the city, that's in Sulphur. That I was gonna say that's the wrong
No,
place
no,
to go.
sorry, sir. To the plan department here, on the building that is next to here,
Okay.
I went over there.
Who wants to take this one? Mr. Broussard?
Yeah,
You
when
can
Mr.
address it to me, but
Oh,
I may have
I
to.
forgot about
I may
you,
have to
Mr.
switch
West.
it
I'm
off.
sorry. Mr. Crane?
Yes, sir.
You want to take this?
I'll try.
What? It sounds like we dang near have it situated
Right.
because his plat came back to where he's okay.
Right.
Why hasn't he?
I'm not real sure because he definitely could have worked with us to get everything resolved, because that's what the motion, or that's what was done, the action back, you know, when y'all gave them the time to do that. And so I'm not sure who he was communicating with, but he wasn't communicating with us, or I don't know if he was communicating with Mr. Broussard or David or not, but I'm not sure who you were communicating with.
We communicate with Mr. Broussard.
Okay.
And then with the other 2 different persons that they were on the planning department.
Okay, okay. Well, it sounds like if he's got everything that he needs, that we can move forward and issue him a permit. I mean, it's a repairable structure.
Especially for the uses he's talking about.
Right.
Mr. Landry?
All right, Mr. Broussard, do you know if he has everything he needs? Since you're the person that he's been speaking to?
Yeah, Dan Broussard, building official for the parish. As far as I know at this point, he has not turned in everything that we need to issue him a permit. There is some issues with the floodplain regulations for the size of the building or the structure, and there may be some issues with him having to flood-proof the walls because it is below elevation for what he's wanting to use it for. We have been working with him through that process, but as far as I know, we haven't done anything with him since last year. So
So just to use it for storage, he has to raise the,
it has to meet elevation, yes, sir, just for storage. That's a
But
FEMA
nobody-
requirement.
oh, good Lord. I don't know, I would, this is not my district, but I would suggest, you know, let's give them a month for them to get together. But like, they really got to get together, because this has been 6 months, this should have been,
Mr. Broussard, when's the last
Should've
time he
been
made
done.
contact with you,
He
roughly?
hasn't made contact with us this year, as far as I
Okay.
know. It was last year.
Mr. Guillory.
I think Mr. Bowers still has.
Oh,
I don't have any more questions for Mr. Broussard, if any of you guys do.
thank you.
I was just gonna say, y'all know when we deal with FEMA, how long that takes. That takes time. I was just, like I said, it's not my district, but I'd like to see them give them a month or something.
Mr. Broussard, is this something that can, if he turns in the paperwork, it can be done in 30 days?
Yes, I believe it could be done. I think the ball rests in his court, because we told him what all needed to be done, and we haven't got anything back. So
Okay. Mr. Perez, you understand what they need?
Yes, sir.
I'm not deferring this again. I'll defer it this time. I'll make a motion to defer for 30 days, but this is the last one.
Second.
Thank you so much.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to defer, and a second by Mr. Quinn. Mr. Perez,
Yes, sir.
Monday morning,
Yes, sir.
talk to some of these people that are sitting in this room.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Broussard,
Yes, sir.
double check, get what you need,
Yes, sir.
and take care of your stuff,
Okay.
and then we can help you. We can't help you if you can't help us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
everybody. Thank you.
Buenas noches.
See.
Well,
Need to
ladies,
vote on that.
so we, no discussion, no questions on that item to defer. Deferral carries.
Move to go to executive session.
Second.
Can you tell them that? There's-
Come on, we need.
Got a motion to adjourn?
Second.